It was exactly 12:07 a.m. when my phone started ringing. I almost ignored it. Nobody calls at midnight unless someone is dead or something terrible has happened. Then I looked at the screen, and my blood turned cold. It was my twin brother, the same brother who hadn't spoken to me in 8 long years. I answered in silence. On the other side, I heard crying. Then a weak, broken voice whispered words I will never forget. "Please, help me." What he told me next made me realize something horrifying. His own son had locked him inside a wooden shed for years and treated him worse than an animal. That was the moment I made a decision. I was going to make sure his son paid for everything. And what I did next changed all our lives forever. 3. Story 10-minute high retention story structure. My brother Daniel and I were identical twins. Growing up, people couldn't tell us apart. Same face, same voice, same height, but life pushed us in different directions. 8 years ago, we had a brutal argument over family inheritance and stopped speaking completely. No birthdays, no holidays, nothing. I thought I would never hear from him again. Until that midnight call. His voice sounded weak, fragile, terrified. He told me he had been trapped for years. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. His own son, Ryan, had slowly taken control of everything after Daniel became sick. First, Ryan handled the finances. Then he isolated him from neighbors. Then he took his phone. And eventually, he moved Daniel into an old storage shed behind the house, locked him inside, fed him scraps, treated him like some forgotten animal. I thought it had to be some kind of nightmare. But Daniel begged me to come immediately. I drove for hours without stopping. When I arrived, I found the house dark and silent. Behind the house, there it was, a rotting wooden shed. I opened the door and froze. My brother looked unrecognizable, thin, bruised, shaking. His beard was overgrown. His clothes were filthy. I wanted to call the police instantly, but Daniel grabbed my arm. "No." His voice cracked. "I want him to feel what I felt." That was when he reminded me we were twins, exactly identical, and suddenly, a dangerous idea formed in my head. The next morning, we switched places. I cleaned Daniel up and sent him to a motel. Then I put on his old clothes, sat inside the shed, and waited. Hours later, Ryan arrived. He opened the door carelessly, holding a plate of stale bread. Without even looking at me, he threw it onto the floor. "Eat." Then he laughed. The rage inside me exploded, but I stayed silent. For 2 full days, I watched. I recorded everything, every insult, every cruel word, every disgusting act. He enjoyed hurting his own father. Then came day 3. Ryan walked inside carrying a bucket of cold water. He smirked. "You're pathetic." That was enough. I stood up slowly. Ryan froze, confused. His smile disappeared. I stepped toward him and said words he never expected. "You should have treated your father better." His face turned white. Then Daniel walked in behind me. Healthy, standing tall. Ryan realized the truth, but it was too late. I had already sent all the evidence to the police. Neighbors had gathered outside. They had heard everything. Ryan started begging, crying, promising he was sorry, but nobody listened. Police arrived minutes later. As they handcuffed him, Daniel looked him straight in the eyes and said, For years, I begged you for mercy." Then the officers took him away. That day, my brother and I repaired 8 years of broken silence. Sometimes evil doesn't come from strangers. Sometimes, it lives inside your own family. And eventually, justice always finds its way home. I learned something that day. The deepest betrayals don't come from enemies. They come from the people who know exactly how much pain they can cause. Ryan thought nobody would ever discover the truth. But evil has one weakness. It always leaves evidence behind. And sometimes, justice doesn't knock politely. It kicks the door down.